some assistance for veterans looking to become entrepreneurs. Welcome back to Techstination. Joining us from the PenFed Foundation is Andrea McCarren and also the co-founder of Bugle, Ryan Johnson. Hi, Andrea and Ryan.
Hi, it's great to be with you, Fred.
Pleasure to be with you, Fred.
We're going to start with you, Andrea. Tell us a bit about the foundation and the work that you're doing.
The PenFed Foundation empowers veterans to make a successful transition from military service to finding a new purpose and thriving in the civilian world. And one way we do that is by supporting veteran entrepreneurs. You know a lot about entrepreneurship, and you know how hard it is to be a veteran entrepreneur, but the skills that military bring to the table are unparalleled. You know through the military that there is resilience, tenacity, and real leadership skills that translate very well to entrepreneurship. And I think Ryan Johnson is a great example of that.
You know, Ryan, you're a graduate not only of West Point, but of the PenFed Veteran Entrepreneur Program. So tell us about your experience and the transition to becoming an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. So my transition to becoming an entrepreneur started when we saw a problem we couldn't unsee, which is an incredible challenge of organizing volunteering events and finding ways to get back into your community. So once we understood the challenge that so many nonprofits were experiencing in organizing volunteering events, we started a research partnership with NC State, which ultimately started with a 6-month research proposal that turned into a 3.5-year research partnership. And that led us down the path to be able to create a enterprise volunteer management software that reduces the time it takes to organize volunteering events by 50%. And as soon as I was leaving the military, one of the first places that I was able to be embraced was the Pentagon Federal Foundation, which provided incredible mentorship, leadership, and a network to be able to get this journey underway. I deeply believe that oftentimes the power of an idea is really determined by the power and the strength of the network that you have around you. And I couldn't be more grateful to the PenFed Foundation for what they've done to be able to make my transition into entrepreneurship a little bit easier.
So describe for us a bit about what Bugle is, what you do.
Absolutely. So we do volunteer management for nonprofits. So if you're a nonprofit, one of our larger clients, Special Olympics, every time they organize an event, there are several steps that you have to do in order to make that possible. And our solution makes organizing an event a really simple process.
And Andrea, tell us how the program supports businesses like Bugle.
Well, the way I view Bugle is, Ryan, when he first described what he does to me, this resonated. He said, in the past, when you used to go to a volunteer event, there would be somebody with a clipboard there checking you in. Now, everything, it's an app. It's, you scan a QR code. That's how you check in. Photos are distributed after the fact. An after action report goes to all your volunteers. So I immediately loved his business. But the PenFed Foundation really selects the best and the brightest across the country in just a very wide variety of industries. And what we do is pair them one-on-one with industry-specific mentors. Ryan joined our cohort probably a couple of cohorts ago. And so once you're part of the PenFed Foundation, you're kind of stuck with us for life. We are very, very grateful for all of those who served, including you, Fred. And we want to continue to support veterans. And so it's a privilege to do so. So there's mentorship. We do education. We stay on top of trends to see what's working. We open up our vast network of contacts and help veteran entrepreneurs find capital. Of course, that's really challenging in this day and age. But there is, one size doesn't fit all, but we're really proud to introduce them to our network. And our program starts with a 3-day in-person seminar in Bentonville, Arkansas. Yes, home to Walmart, and also home to 400 of the Fortune 500 companies now. There is a major presence there because of Walmart and other industries. So that's kind of how we operate. It starts with 3 days in person. There's the camaraderie of the military. And then we expand to 6 weeks of virtual training. But then, as I said, as with Ryan, you're with us for years because entrepreneurship success does not happen overnight.
And you've actually done a survey of the best cities for some of these veteran business owners.
Yes, that survey, I'm afraid, Fred, is embargoed until next week, and the final touches are still in place. However, what we do with our survey is every year we see which cities in the United States are the most veteran entrepreneur friendly. What we calculate is the cost of living, the opportunities for investment, and how military-centric a community is. In some cases, it means that there is a local military base nearby, but mostly it's a community that is receptive to supporting our veteran entrepreneurs.
And Ryan, you are an advocate for mentorships, like Andrea's talking about. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I absolutely am. I think the opportunity to stand on the shoulders of giants is deeply needed for anybody who's pursuing the challenge of building a business, especially if you're building a business that intends to go through exceptional scale. And so there are so many challenges that if it's your first time founding a company or it's your second, you probably haven't seen. And so I think that time and time again, there's been so many blind spots that have been able to get exposed and removed for me because somebody else who's already been through it can walk me through that challenge. Whether it's having your data room prepared correctly so that it's easy for potential investors to be able to understand what's going on in your business, whether it's a challenge of putting together a product roadmap, how do you conduct empathy interviews? I start rattling off a bunch of different challenges associated with building a meaningful company. And I'm really grateful for the number of people that have continued to put tremendous effort in making it easier for me to be able to understand and see beyond the things that I simply haven't had experience leading up into this moment.
And really, I guess in a large sense, you're a tech startup here.
We absolutely are. We're a software company that builds software to make it easier to help other people, specifically with volunteer management and crowdfunding to directly support action in communities.
Well, congratulations on what you're doing.
And Fred, if
yes,
I
was
could
gonna ask
add,
you, go ahead.
our PenFed Foundation Veteran Entrepreneur Program is also unique in that it is at no cost to the veterans. We pay all the expenses to fly the veterans in from across the country, and for any subsequent meetings, we also fund them so they can participate in various pitch competitions around the country that are specifically relevant to their industries. Again, one size doesn't fit all. But the other accelerator programs in this country that are designed for military, not only do some of them charge the veterans, but they also take equity in the company. And we do neither, because we want to do the best possible job we can setting up these veterans for success.
Wow. So where can people go to learn more?
PenFedFoundation.org. That's PenFed Foundation.org.
Well, congratulations to you too. Andrea and Ryan, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Fred.